Hello, class. Welcome to week 7 of Jesus' Mission and Ministry. God working with us as we are. I have 2 passages that I want to dig into this week, and there's not a lot of reading, and the reading is really just on these passages. So I want you to really get in and inhabit these 2 stories because they're very important and they're going to launch us into the next class as well. So the first one is a woman caught in the very act of adultery. Guilty, right? So she's paraded in front of Jesus. And they ask him to trap him, what are you going to do? What do you say? Moses said, what do you say? And Jesus could have fought back on legal grounds. Who are you to say this? Where is the other person? It takes 2 to tango. What Moses is really talking about was really, he could have gone that route. And he doesn't. Jesus turns it back on them by saying, first of all, calm down, silence. You who are without sin, cast the first stone. Interestingly, who leaves first? The oldest, the wisest. No, they're not without sin. So what he does by that is he works with them to get them to see they don't want to do this. They don't have to do this. They shouldn't do this. He doesn't need to tell them not to. He opens their eyes to realize that they got no business doing this. Quite interesting, right? Doesn't fight them, but he opens them to be their better selves. That's real leadership, right? That's creative. Now what about the woman caught in the very act? She's standing there scared. She's about to die. And Jesus looks at her as no one, sir. I condemn you neither. But go forth and don't sin again. Now, that's where the story ends. But how is she to do that? Everyone's talking about her. She was paraded in front of everyone, made a spectacle of. Can she just go back to her old life? Okay, sure. Pretend this never happened. No. Really, her only way forward is to go away with Jesus. For her to have a chance now, which is what Jesus is offering her, she needs to become his follower. Does she? The book doesn't say. But see another creative approach. Jesus opening up new possibilities, inviting people to take a step in a new direction. So that's what we have in the first breakfast scene, the first breakfast of the resurrection. I love this scene. It's one of my favorite in all of Scripture. Peter, what are you going to do? Let's go fishing. I can't stand sitting around here anymore. Going fishing. So they go out and they catch nothing, of course, and then the miraculous load. And Peter jumps into the water, can't wait for the boat to get to shore, jumps into the water. And then that scene meeting Jesus. But here's the amazing thing. And Martin goes into this a wee bit, but I want to push it further. Jesus asked him 3 times, "Do you love me?" "Yes." "Feed my sheep. Care for me wee little ones." Not only does it do it 3 times to make up for the 3 times that he said, "I don't even know his name," but Jesus is giving him something to do to live into this new relationship. He can't just say, "Oh yeah, I love you. Let's forget what I did in the past, and yeah, I just love you." Peter is looking for a way back. After the resurrection, does it matter if Jesus is still alive or alive again? Because for Peter, he's got to say, "But I'm the one who said I didn't even know you. I turned my back on you. And if you're still alive, that's just more to my shame." But Jesus gives him a way to work his way, not only back to love, but forward. He who says, "I don't even know his name," will at the end of his life go willingly to his death, being crucified himself. Where does that change come from? By Peter feeding his lambs. That's how his heart is opened up to be his better self. So that's really the beauty of the first breakfast. Jesus giving Peter this wonderful action to do, to really love him. "If you love me, do this." And then you'll get it. Now there's another reason for all of this. And it's because Jesus is gathering disciples and calling everyone to be their better self. Because what we see at the end of this is Jesus is gone. He's leaving. He's ascending into heaven. Who then is going to bring this good news to the people? Oh, his disciples. Now think about this. It didn't have to be that way. In God's omnipotence, Jesus could have lived forever, could have reincarnated again and again, so that there was always God's definitive presence available on earth. There are religions in the world with both of those views. It's not impossible, but that is not the way that God decided to go. God decided to become incarnate, to start something, and then to hand it over to us. The next course you're taking is in the church. We're going from Jesus to the church, because Jesus came, taught, died, rose, gave us the Spirit to empower the church to carry on his ministry. And so that's why it's so important to Jesus to convert Peter, to pull out his better self, because he's given him the mission, and all of us. The church is carrying on the mission of Jesus Christ. So that's the church. But also, let's connect this to Ascension. Being a ministry of the church, it needs to keep on bringing the good news to people. And it needs to function like the church should function. It doesn't always function this way. But how it should function is Peter doesn't do everything, right? He empowers others. The Pope doesn't do everything today. We have this notion of subsidiarity. That is, at each level, people have a certain competence. And what you want to do is you want to make the decisions that affect people, empower the people closest to being affected to make that decision. Everything isn't run from on high. God doesn't keep speaking from heaven about every situation going on. God empowers us so that we can make decisions that are godly, right? And it works with us to empower us to be our best selves, to draw that out of us. At every level, that needs to happen as well in the church and in Ascension. You know, your role as leader isn't to do everything. You can't. It's to empower your people to do the best they can do and empower them so that the people who work with them learn to do the best they do. You see, then it all keeps spreading out and all the work gets done in the best way that way. Subsidiarity. Let the work go out to where it's best done. Let the decisions go out to where they're best made. But holding people accountable and calling at each level them to be their best selves. That's really the center of Jesus' creative approach with dealing people in his own life. But it's also the only way that the church is going to be able to carry on this ministry. So this week, let's talk about that in the discussion board. Unpack these things, really inhabit these stories and see what you see there. Talk about it. And then also be thinking about, where is this going? Oh yeah, to the church, where Jesus isn't a person, one among us anymore, but is a person that empowers us to make decisions. God bless.